Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. Today we're going to talk about a life lesson that it took me a long time to learn. And I really think that it can help somebody. And this lesson is don't let a man move in your space. Don't let a man move in with you. Now, when I was very young, yeah, you know, like I guess after college, after that kind of thing, have like young girls that have their own apartments, and their boyfriends will want to move in with them. Now, they're thinking, we'll have fun together. He's right here and all of that. A lot of times it doesn't work out that well because they're not mature enough to face the challenges that will come with that. Okay, and a lot of times those relationships will break up. Now, sometimes the young men will go in there and have babies with this girl and leave. Now her life is all messed up because if she has dreams and things that she wants to do in life, now she's strapped with these kids, and now she's got to figure out her life with a family, and he's going on about his business. Okay, now this can happen whether he moves in or not. I understand that. But if he moves into the house and he is controlling her, a lot of times that happens. Now, before I get started, I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it throughout the video, all men are not like this, but a lot of them, too many of them are. And we're going to start from the young to the old. Okay? Now, the young girl, you know, she might just come out of school. She gets her apartment. She gets her first job. You understand? She's getting ready to soar. But now she meets a young man. Yeah, you see? And a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot too many times, the young man, instead of him going and getting his own place, he'll move in with the girl. He'll move in with her because it's more convenient. He'll just give her half of what her rent is, and that's it. But not realizing there's a lot more to living than just the rent part, especially when you're trying to hold the fort down. And holding the fort down would be on the woman, not the man. You understand? Because he's moving in with her. Now, when you get older, it's the same thing. The older men, they flitted away their life. They don't have anything. But now they're looking for an older woman with resources so that they will be taken care of for the rest of their days. You understand? Ladies, you got to guard yourself from this. Do not let a man move in with you. And I'm going to tell you, it took me 3 times to learn this harsh lesson. Okay? Number 1, don't date a man that has less than you. This way you can avoid a lot of it. Don't date a man that has less than you. Okay? Because number 1, these are men that are going to be looking at you to fill in what they don't have. You see? So you don't want to deal with those men, period. But if you date a man that has what you have or more, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to be trying to move in with you. Okay? So let's go back to me. The first man that I allowed to move in with me stole all of my jewelry and pondered and pondered. Okay? And whenever he got upset with me about anything, he would try to destroy something in the house. I say the house, but I was actually in an apartment. He would just destroy things that would cost me to replace it. Okay? I still learned a lesson. I just thought it was just a bad choice of man. Of course it was, but I just chalked it up to that. The second time that I allowed a man to move into my apartment with me, I thought both, I'm thinking these people are responsible like me. I'm thinking they're like me, okay? The second man convinced me he'll pay half the rent, I'll pay half the rent. So he convinced me to give him the money, and then he would go and pay the apartment complex or whatever it was. But the apartment was in my name, okay? During those days, I'm young and dumb. I don't know. So, and I'm sleeping with this man, so I'm thinking everything's cool, right? Right? After a while, when there was a note on my door, come to find out, he was taking the money I was giving him and finding him another apartment with another woman. I got kicked out and lost everything. I lost everything with that. But I still didn't learn the lesson. You understand? These things happen in your life and you don't realize why they're happening. You just think it's a bad spell or bad omen or just something bad that happened. No, it's a lesson. So now here it come again. The third time. Because the divine is trying to teach me something. It's trying to teach me something, but I'm not getting it. So now here come the third one. Now this one, I really didn't want him to move in. I really, honestly did not want him to move in. And he kept hinting at it and hinting at it. And instead of me just standing up and saying, no, I don't want you to move in here, I went along with it. Because I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to mess up the relationship. I just wanted everything to be happy, okay? So he kept pressuring and pressuring and pressuring until I said, okay. Now I'm in a house. He's in an apartment. That's a no-no right off the bat. That's a no-no right off the bat. He has less than me. But I hadn't learned that lesson yet. You understand? So, all right, so he moves in. Now, he's not satisfied with the way that my house is set up. He wants to rearrange things. That's going to cost me to do it. You understand? And for me wanting to comply or whatever, I did make some changes in my house to suit him. You understand? Just to keep the relationship happy. Now, women do this when they feel like they really, really want a man. Okay, when you feel like you really, really want a man, you do things like this. After I had changed things in my house, right? Now, he's wanting to act like he's king of my house, right? And now he's telling me how to run things in my place. Okay? And when he got angry with me, he would break things and just throw them in the corner and say nothing to me. That was disrespectful. You see? And after a while, it just got worse and worse and worse. These situations don't work out. With this last man who happened to be a narcissist, I finally learned the lesson. Don't date anyone that has less than you. Talking to women. And never allow a man to move into your space. I don't care if you live in a cardboard box. Don't let him move in there. You understand? Because he will disrespect you. He won't take care of your stuff. He'll damage it if he gets angry with you or whatever. And he'll make changes that you don't really want to change. He'll act like your stuff is his stuff. You understand? Number one, a man, a grown man, ought to be embarrassed to ask to move in with a woman. A grown man should have his own. He should have his own. Now, I know I'm going to get some flack back because, men get married, and in the divorce, I've seen men lose a lot in their divorces and they don't have anything. Well, that's too bad. Too bad, too sad. Don't pick these men up and take care of them just because they had a hard luck. That's on them. That's on them. If you had hard luck, they ain't going to swoop in and pick you up. No. If a man asks you to move in with him, he's looking for a maid most times and a caretaker. You understand? And if he is a younger man, he wants somebody to come and have his kids, take care of his home while he builds a life. That's that middle-aged man that decides he wants to get married or have a life partner or whatever. Now, the other thing you better be aware about, ladies. I'm talking to the ladies now, not talking to the young girls, the ladies. You move a man into your space, and if you are in your own home, now, if you allow him to stay in there a certain amount of time, and you get tired of him and kick him out, he can actually sue you. He can sue you for palimony. It's a lot of downside to it. Don't ever allow a man to move into your space. Now, it's different if you two decide you're going to get a place together. Okay? You decide you want to get a place together. And if you're past that age that you can't afford to buy a new place together, well, then you two have your separate places. There's nothing wrong with that. I know couples that have their own separate houses and they're married and they manage to work it out. If you're at a certain age, do not allow him to move into your place. And if you cannot afford, I'm talking to the ladies now, if you cannot afford the new house on your salary alone, don't sell your house and go to the new house. Either. Because if the marriage fails or the situation fails in the new house and you've already sold your house, where are you going? Where are you going? You see, because you'll lose your money for the new house because your relationship broke up. But your house is gone. I talk like this because I want ladies to protect yourself always. Don't feel like a man is going to do it. I've had men come up, all these men will come up and say, don't worry, I got you. I'll protect you. Don't worry, I got it. The only person that's going to get it is you. You always have to protect yourself in any situation. And the young ladies, if you have your own apartment and your boyfriend wants to move in, tell him no. Look him in the eye and tell him no. Don't think that he's going to come in there and help you pay for the place. because a number of them won't. They'll give you a few dollars, then they'll come in later and say they ain't got it. And I've had the old men, my narcissists, will come up and say, I ain't got it. What do you mean you ain't got it? I got a mortgage to be paid, and you ain't got it. See, it's a lesson. It's a lesson, ladies. It's always a lesson that you need to learn. And once you learn a lesson, you'll never repeat it. Now you can wait for your blessing, because there's a blessing in it. You're going to get rewarded when you learn a lesson from the divine. So it's important. It's important. And you older women, you sitting ducks. If you have your own home, finances or whatever, you sitting ducks. You done worked hard all your life. You probably was married, maybe your husband died or whatever, and there you are sitting. And you get lonely. You would like to have somebody. Whoever you have, don't let him move in. Don't let him move in. Your life won't be the same. It won't be happy either. Won't be happy either. Oh, I was looking at this this show the other day where this woman allowed the man to move into her house. He was all in her affairs, and even started bringing other women in the house, sleeping with other women in her house. This can be devastating to a person. And I'm not saying that all men would do this, but think about it, ladies. If a man is your age, I don't care if you're young or if you're old or what. If a man is your age, and if you are able to secure your own living, then what's wrong with him? Why he can't do the same thing you doing? Why is he needing you to help him? Why does he need that? You understand? Sometimes you have to teach a man to respect you. Sometimes you have to do that, or they just run all over you because they'll come in acting like they are gonna love you, and we all want to be loved. We all want that, so they lead with that, but that may not be their intentions. They'll play the game until they get what they want. And that's why, ladies, you need to be careful. Girls, you need to be careful. Don't let him move in. Don't let him move in. Young girls will let the boyfriend move in, and he'll still be cheating on them with other women. Don't do it in their apartment. When these men come to you and they say, oh, why don't we live together? They'll say that you got the apartment, you got the house, and they got the apartment. They'll say to that, why don't we live together? I'll move in with you, and I'll help you do this, and I'll take care of this. And tell them, no, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. And you send them on their way. Or you can keep dating them. They ain't got to live with you for you to date them. If they're serious about you, they'll step up their game. If they still got time. If they're serious about you. And I'll tell you, if they're older, 9 times out of 10, and not all old ones, but the ones I've run into, the older ones that are my age are looking for some place to lay their heads down, and somebody that can take care of them in the rest of their years. That's what they're looking for. I'm not going to do it. And I hope you're not going to do it. So, ladies, I think I'm going to end it here. And I hope I was clear on this message because I think it's real important. It's still women out there letting these guys move in with them and regretting it. Regretting it. I'm telling you, it can turn bad. It can turn pretty bad. So I thank you all for supporting this channel. And I thank you for watching this video. And I really hope that it helps someone. Thank you for the comments. You know, I really enjoy reading them. So keep them coming and let me know what you think. You see? And let me know if you have experienced any of this. I really would like to know. So I wish you all well. I love you all. Thank you, all the new viewers and all of the new subscribers. And I hope to see you next time.